Aloha and welcome to another edition of Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by Aloha Mortgage Advisors. Today we got a very special guest in the kitchen from Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine. Let's get cooking.
When you're living on the island, such a diverse Hawaii. When you've tasted all the flavors, from the mountain to the sea, we're cooking Hawaiian style.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the kitchen Lamont Brown. How you doing?
Good, how about yourself?
Thanks for coming in today. What restaurant are you from?
Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine on the North Shore of Haleiwa.
Right on. What kind of stuff you guys make?
Out there, we kind of specialize in Mediterranean and Spanish food.
Awesome. You ready to cook today?
Definitely.
What are you going to make?
So today we got one of our local favorites, which is the grilled Spanish octopus.
Nice.
And we're going to go ahead and follow that up with some Hamachi Crudo afterwards.
One of my favorites. Let's get started.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, we're going to go ahead and just kind of infuse some flavor into this into the taco here. So as you know, or may not know, we try to keep everything as local as possible over at Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine. However, the Spanish octopus is one of the things that we do bring in simply because with the colder waters out in Spain, the octopus tends to be a lot more tender.
One of my favorite places in the world to eat, by the way, Spain. I mean, I'm planning a trip just to go back, just to eat for 10 days.
Nice.
Like you can't get to everything.
No, you cannot.
There. And I love the way that they do their octopus. Now, is it some kind of pot that they put theirs in that we don't do?
You know, no, it's not that. There's all these different myths about how to get the taco so tender.
Yeah.
However, with Spanish octopus, it's mostly just the water temperature that's already out there.
Okay.
So it tends to tenderize the taco itself so much more than the water's out here.
Okay. So it's like eating a New York hot dog.
Yeah, kind of the same thing.
It's all about the water.
Yes, sir.
The dirty dog, right?
Yeah.
But the waters out there, it's not similar to Hawaii during the summer? Or is it always cold?
You know, it all depends on what part of Spain you're in.
Okay.
There's some that are going to
Obviously,
be
if you're in the north, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so some are going to be warmer, some are going to be colder, but overall, it's going to be a lot colder out there than it is going to be out here.
okay. All right. So we got some onions.
Yep.
Half an onion?
Half an onion. So with that being said, the octopus is already going to be pretty tender. So what we're doing here is we tend to braise this for about 45 minutes. And that's not so much to tenderize it as it is to infuse a little bit more flavor into it.
I have a really good friend, Japanese chef, who uses Hawaiian taco, puts it in a Ziploc bag and uses a massager.
Yep, like I said, there's all different kinds of ways
Melt
to do
in
it.
your mouth.
Yeah.
I swear it's so good.
Definitely.
But
So,
I'm sure yours is going to be good, just as good.
well, you can let me know.
So how long you been cooking?
You know, I've only been cooking for about 13 years now,
Yeah?
which is kind of short when you look at other chefs that have been
Yeah.
cooking for about ever. I started off, I was in the Coast Guard stationed here in, first I got stationed out in Hilo, and then after that I got stationed here in Oahu.
All right.
And one of the very first chefs that I met out here was Chef Ernesto Licomo.
Yeah.
He was over at Wada, and
Yes, of course.
basically he's the one that talked me into getting out of the Coast Guard, and
Okay.
you know, he got me my first job out here on the island. So
Right on. And how long have you been at Maya's?
we've been open for 3 years in July, believe it or not. So
Nice.
we've been open longer during COVID than not.
And where are you guys located?
And the North Shore Marketplace in
Okay.
Haleiwa.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, so we saute some onions.
Yeah, we got some onions going, getting those oblique, opaque, should I say.
And Spanish love to have their octopus or their taco with potatoes.
Yes, so basically what we're gonna do is we do a twice cooked fingerling potato. So
Okay.
we roast those in the oven for a while, and then we take those out, chill them, and then we'll chop them down to smaller pieces and then go ahead and deep fry them and get that crisp,
Okay.
which gives a little bit more texture to the octopus.
All right. What else do we need here?
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our cumin seed to go ahead and get those a little toasted.
Okay.
We're gonna put that right in there.
Now, if you don't use cumin seeds, can you use cumin powder or anything else? If you don't use
You
cumin?
can, but the reason why I like to use the cumin seed is because, like I'm saying, just because this is a braising liquid, it's not gonna get too pungent because it's gonna go ahead and separate when we pull the taco out.
Okay.
So,
I like to give people options, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
If they can't get a hold of that, is it key?
right? So we're gonna go with that, and then at that point, we're gonna go ahead and add some white wine, about 2 cups of white wine here.
All right. Don't use the good stuff, right?
Oh, you always gotta use the good stuff.
Oh, you use the good stuff.
Yes,
okay.
sir, we use it right from the bar.
All right.
And then we're gonna go ahead and add our Spanish octopus here. And like I
Nice.
said, it is somewhat of a braising. You don't want it to go too much over because basically what we're doing here is just infusing a little bit of flavor into the already tender taco.
And real quick, you boil that for what, 45 minutes, you said?
Yes. So it's
Okay.
not gonna be a boil. It's gonna be more of a low simmer braise
Okay. I'm gonna
for
get this out of
45
your way
minutes.
here.
Thank you very much.
45 minutes.
Yep.
So with your first lessons in cooking, what'd you cook?
My first lessons of cooking were at home. So
Yeah.
like I hung out with my mom and dad and my grandmother in the kitchen quite a bit.
All right.
So I just got through adding some Spanish paprika as well
Okay,
to that.
paprika.
Yep. And then we're gonna go with about 2 tablespoons of garlic as well.
Choke
Add that
garlic.
right in there. Yes, sir.
Don't be afraid of the garlic.
Never.
Salt.
Salt. We got Hawaiian rock salt here.
Okay.
Add about 2 pinches of that.
All right, we're gonna let that simmer because we gotta take a quick break, and then we'll put the rest of the stuff in there.
Okay,
All right, don't go
perfect.
anywhere. Lamont is hanging out with us. It's Cooking Hawaiian Style. This season of Cooking Hawaiian Style is presented by Aloha Mortgage Advisors. We bring you home. Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style. We have Lamont here, and we're finishing up this taco.
Yep.
We gotta add. What do we have to add next?
Just our herbs.
Okay.
So we got all local herbs here. We're gonna add some rosemary, and then we got some fresh thyme, and then some flat leaf parsley.
So earlier I mentioned about the pots that the Spanish use to make their taco. What is it that they use? Is it a clay pot? I can't remember what it was.
there are some that are clay pots. I know that there's a lot of industrial now going where they're
Yeah.
going with cement.
Really?
They're starting to add cement tumblers to it and stuff like that.
You don't notice a difference though?
I really don't.
It's
I
just
really
because
don't.
I'm in Spain, it tastes better.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything's gonna taste better in Spain.
All right, so how long is that gonna go?
So that's gonna go for about 45 minutes, and it's
All right.
basically just to infuse the flavors.
All right, we did some already,
Yes, sir.
so you can see what that looks like right there.
Yep.
So that's in total almost 2 hours,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay,
So-
so what are we doing next?
Once we get that going, we're gonna go ahead and put this up on the grill
All right.
just to get a nice char and add a little bit more smokiness flavor to it.
That looks good, boy. So we got some hot oil going here, and this is gonna be for the potatoes.
That is correct. That's our twice cooked potatoes. So first we roast them, and then after we do that, we chill them up, and then we'll take the potatoes, put a couple here on the cutting board.
Now you just boiled those for how long?
No, they're not boiled.
Oh, you didn't
They're
boil.
roasted.
You roasted, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So we put our
Just put
special
on a pan?
seasoning in there. Yep, this pan, some olive oil, some onion powder, some garlic powder,
Okay.
salt, pepper, olive oil. And then we'll take these guys right here, cut them up, drop them in the fryer. Get a little bit more in there for you.
I love twice cooked potatoes. That's the way to do them though. You get that crisp on the outside.
Definitely, it adds a little bit more texture to the
Yeah.
octopus as well.
All right, so the octopus is grilling. You just want to get some marks on it?
Yep, and get some of that char in there too.
Yeah.
You get that certain flavor with the char. And then also what we do is once this braising is done, we separate the octopus and then we separate the braising liquid from it. And then we take chickpeas and we add the chickpeas to the blender
Oh, nice.
with a little bit of braising liquid and then salt to taste.
That sounds good.
And that's gonna be the base of our dish.
I see.
Yeah.
And this, you don't want to overcook that, right?
Nope, not at all. You're just
Okay.
gonna let that go for a minute, get some good flavor on there.
We're going to put the full recipe on our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com. How long for this, Chef?
Once you see they're nice and crisp, it'll be good to go.
Okay. And if
Okay.
they don't have one of those fancy-wancy pans there, go outside and barbecue it?
Outside barbecue, you could broil them in the
Okay.
oven, throw them on there, get some high heat.
Is that the full order you do there?
So this is gonna be 2 orders. So basically
Okay.
we use,
Two
depending
legs.
on the size of the taco,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
usually go by ounces.
That's a pretty
But-
big order.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
I got to
Pretty
come check out the
expensive,
restaurant.
Inexpensive too. And then you're gonna hand me
Yeah.
those dishes there.
There you go.
So basically what we do at this point is this is gonna be our chickpea puree here.
All right.
Pardon me. And we just take that puree
That's nice.
and add a little bit of that.
Perfect. What's your favorite type of food to eat? I mean, you're cooking this type of food all day, but what's your favorite?
The funny thing is I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas.
All right.
So definitely Mexican food.
Okay.
That's kind of what I grew up eating, and which is why I also chose to go with Spanish food.
Uh-huh.
Because with Spanish food, I get to hide a lot of my my past in the food. It's just coming with the same ingredients almost.
Yeah. Have you gone to Spain yet?
I have. Me and my wife just got back about a year ago. We were in San Sebastian.
Oh, nice. I heard that's really nice.
Oh, it's
there.
awesome.
I've been to
Beautiful place.
Barcelona.
Take those for you now.
But I haven't been to the rest of Spain yet, and I can't wait to go.
You gotta definitely
you need
check
like
out
a
San
week,
Sebastian.
10 days there.
You know, we were in San Sebastian, and it was funny because we found this nice little place right in the heart of San Sebastian, and we never really left.
Yeah.
The only time we left was to go surfing out in Zola.
Oh, nice.
And that was about it.
All right, are you gonna chop this up?
Yes, sir. So this is already there.
Okay.
So we're just gonna take a handful of those.
Let me move this on the side
All right.
for you. You take that.
Get that right there. I'll actually put on, yeah, there we go. So we're just gonna take a couple of these and add them on
Nice.
top just like that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Do some more there.
That looks awesome.
All right.
What's next?
All right, so next we're just gonna go ahead and plate the octopus. Put these right in there nice and neat.
You guys open for lunch and dinner?
We're open from lunch from 11 to 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we shut down till 5 o'clock and open up for dinner.
All right.
And we're open till about 10 o'clock is our last seating.
This is one of my favorite meals when I go to Spain. It's like every day I eat this.
Really?
Yeah, I want
know what
to
you
try. I want to
think.
try everyone different. You know, everyone does theirs a little different, right?
Definitely,
Beautiful.
definitely.
A little garnish.
Yes, sir. Actually, we're missing the microgreens. We're going to go without that.
That's okay. We'll get some garnish in there. Potatoes are perfect.
All right, so now we're gonna go right here. We're just gonna take a little bit more sea salt and finish that on top.
There
Just
you
get
go.
A little more salt
When
on
you
there.
come back, what are you gonna make?
We still gotta add the tomatoes. Sorry
I know,
about
but when
that.
we come back, what are you gonna make?
We're gonna make some Hamachi Crudo.
All right, you're running out of time. Go ahead and put the tomatoes on there. We're right back
Sorry
with
about
more
that.
cooking Hawaiian style. That looks good, Chef.
Thank you.
This season of Cooking Hawaiian Style is brought to you by Kala'i Aloha Estate. Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style. We have Lamont here, and he's from Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine. We're going to finish up plating this taco here.
Yes, sir. So basically, we have some nice Whole Farm cherry heirloom tomatoes on here, and then we're just gonna garnish it with a little bit of Mari's Garden micro cilantro on top,
Okay.
and then a little bit of our special green oil that we make in-house.
Now, what is green oil?
So Spain has two really important dishes to the cuisine called the mojo rojo and the mojo verde.
Okay.
And basically we make that and extract the oil from it, and then we add that on top. We just
Nice.
earlier put the red on there.
All right.
And basically this is gonna be it right here.
Awesome. Looks
I'd like for you to
good.
dig in and let me know what you think.
And let's put this right here on the side. What are you going to make next?
Okay, so next we're gonna go straight into the Hamachi Crudo.
I guess I get to taste this right now. We got some time.
Yeah, let me know.
Let's taste a small piece here. This looks awesome, Chef.
Thank you.
Get some potato on there. Oh yeah,
Like that?
very good, very good. You guys
Thank
got to
you.
get this recipe down. All right, what's up right there? What are we making next?
All right, so now we're gonna move into the Hamachi Crudo. Nice simple dish that we got here. Kind of thought we would add the crudos in for the locals, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sashimi style, but you know, the Mediterranean and Spain, they tend to use more oils and vinegars instead of shoyu.
Do you guys serve a lot of sardines?
Sardines, no, we
No?
don't serve any sardines, but we do bring in some Spanish anchovies.
Okay, anchovies, yes. Anchovies, another
sir.
big one when you go there. I just love the way that they do the tapas. Like you go and have a drink and they drop tapas on your table.
Yes.
And then you go to the next bar and you have a drink and you have different style of tapas.
That's correct.
You know, a lot of people don't understand how that works there, but it was really invented. So if you buy a drink, the tapas comes with it.
Yes, and actually it was more so because wine is more important there than food at the time.
Yes.
And they would put it on top of your wine glass to keep the flies out.
Okay,
So,
I
that's
didn't
what
know,
you
I
got,
didn't
yeah.
hear that. That's a good one. But I remember the first time I went, it was like I just went from one to the next and had like 2 or 3. And the first day I learned quick because I had like 10 in the first spot. You can't eat anymore when you go to the next one.
Yeah, you can't get too far in Spain
Yeah.
when it comes to eating. All right, so now we have our nice hamachi here. Got some nice slices. We'll just
Oh,
put
that
that up
looks
a little
good.
bit.
Good
And
job.
then we
So
just,
you guys using a lot of fresh ingredients at the restaurant?
we do. We try to keep everything as fresh as possible. The restaurant holds about 50 people,
Uh-huh.
and we don't even have a walk-in.
Okay.
We have 4 reach-ins and 1 reach-in freezer, and that's about it.
Wow.
Yep.
And you recommend reservations?
Yes,
Almost 50 people?
definitely. Right now, especially with everything that's going on nowadays, reservations is the best way to go.
What other types of food do you like to cook?
Starting to get into a lot more local food. I haven't really cooked a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
But Mexican food is my go-to at home
Yeah.
for the most part. I miss El Paso, so it's kind of good to keep my roots up.
Oh, that looks awesome right there.
Yep. So we'll just go ahead and plate both of these right now at the same time.
I would help you if I knew how to do this. But it
it's
do
pretty
look like you got
simple.
some fancy
Just
fancy
a nice
way
little
there.
fold over here.
Okay. That looks awesome. And have you gone to Mexico yet?
Oh yeah,
Learn how to cook?
just got back from what was it, Tulum?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
No, that's like high-end, fancy.
You know, you can get that just about anywhere.
All right?
Yeah.
I see everybody posting Tulum these days, which Tulum was never talked about before MySpace
It wasn't.
or before Instagram or any kind of social media.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, so here we got the hamachi plated. And like I said, just a nice, simple dish. One of the things that we do is we do our own pickled red onions.
Love pickled
And
onions.
for the pickled red onions, now that we got that plated, it's really simple. We're just gonna add, what do we got here? All right,
Let me see how fresh this fish is. Oh yeah.
we got some rice wine vinegar there. And then we also have some white wine vinegar.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add about a cup of sugar for the sweetness, just get that going.
And this is for your pickle.
Yep, that's for a quick pickle on the red onions.
All right.
Let me get a spoon here.
A lot of, I think the pickling is good when you have seafood. I love, you know, especially local people. We eat kimchi, pickled onion.
Yes, sir.
You know, the Koreans gave us all these different vegetables. It's such a big thing here, right?
Yep. So basically for the pickling liquid, you're just gonna bring that to a boil with a couple of bay leaves.
All right.
And if you have, you would wanna go with some fresh peppercorn. If
Okay.
not, just a little bit of pepper will go right in there. Bring that to a boil. And once that boils, you're just gonna go ahead and julienne some red onion here.
Okay.
Go ahead and add that to the boiling liquid. And then you wanna let that sit and chill till it cools down, and that's basically your quick pickle.
Quick pickle. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
When we come back, we're gonna finish plating all of this. Don't go anywhere. Lamont is hanging out with us. It's cooking Hawaiian style. Good job. This season of Cooking Hawaiian Style is brought to you by Hawaii Self Storage. We have Lamont Brown here from Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine. We're gonna finish up this crudo here. You got
Yeah.
some pickled onions.
We got the pickled onions, and we have some already ready for you here.
Okay, now when we put the pickled onions in the in your sauce there, how long do we let that sit?
So basically, you just want to bring the pickling liquid to a boil.
Okay.
Once it comes to a boil, rolling boil, you want to let it go for about a minute. You add the onions in there and then cut it off, and then just let it sit.
Okay.
Preferably cover it up for a little bit, and you can refrigerate it.
All right.
Maybe transfer it into another container, refrigerate it, let it sit for about maybe 30 minutes.
With the amount of sauce that you made there, could I fill it up with onions, or do I?
You
need
can,
to? Okay.
but as you can see here, we also have pickling liquid on the side.
Okay.
So we like to use that as well. So you could just take it out and use that for other dishes
right.
as well.
Let's finish up this hamachi.
All right. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and put some of these.
As you do that, I'm gonna have another bite because it
How
was
about it?
sitting for a little bit. I make up any excuse to eat more. Just
There
so
you go.
know, all right? You know what I didn't get is on the bottom, the sauce on the bottom,
That's a
which is
chickpea puree.
amazing. The chickpea, yeah,
Really simple. It's just chickpeas and then the braising liquid.
like a hummus.
Yep. Almost. Which we also have at the restaurant, and we make fresh. We also
Yeah.
make our fresh tahini as well.
I love it. I gotta come eat down there.
Ah, definitely. Come check us out.
Some pickled onion.
Pickled onion, and then we have some red jalapeno hill curls.
You seem like you travel a lot. Where's your favorite place in the world to eat?
Right now it's Spain. Spain
Yeah.
and Mexico.
Spain and Mexico,
Yep.
your two favorites.
Yes, sir.
Have you been to Japan yet?
I have not. That's
Oh, you
next on the
have-
list.
Any chef, if you're a cook, a chef, anything to do with food, probably the best place in the country. Has the most Michelin stars. Best
Wow.
place in the world.
I usually go wherever my wife tells me to.
Well,
So.
that's always the rule too, right? But you have to tell her if she's a foodie.
Definitely.
That looks beautiful.
Okay, yeah, and then we're gonna go back. I like to bring everything back around. I think it comes back from, growing up with my Mexican mother and everything like that. We kind of try to utilize everything as much as possible. So we're gonna go back to our red and green sauce oils here.
All right.
So we add just a little bit of that on top. This is the red mojo sauce, or oil, should I say.
And how often are you making the oils? You're making a big vat?
No, we
One
make
time?
our oils about once a week.
Okay.
Try to keep them as fresh as possible.
All right.
And
And
then,
then what do you got there?
this is also the pickling liquid that we had to make the quick pickle, and that just gives it another little added flavor to it. You don't want to put too much of that because it might overpower the hamachi itself.
How much of these recipes are yours, chef, at the restaurant?
They're all mine, but actually this one I'm proud to say that one of my cooks came up with this and I just helped him develop it.
Nice.
Yeah, so thanks Antonio for making this recipe. It's, one of our favorites, and so.
All right.
And then we're gonna go here with some more microgreens on top, or this is actually micro cilantro.
Okay. That looks amazing. Beautiful. We always eat with our eyes first, don't we?
Yes, sir. The goal is to make sure everything tastes as it's supposed to. Meat's supposed to taste like meat.
Yeah.
Fish is supposed to taste like fish. And everything else is just supposed to accompany.
Isn't it funny? I was having a discussion with a chef the other day. He was making a cream of mushroom chicken.
Okay.
And I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm trying to master my cream of mushroom sauce so it tastes like the one in like Campbell's soup that we grew up eating. I said, why don't you just open a can of Campbell's soup and throw it on the chicken? But that's what we do, right? We try to figure out what the thing we like and then add our twist to it.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
You got to own everything. And then, of course, we finish everything off with a little bit of Hawaiian rock salt here.
Love that. That looks excellent. You made me a plate and you a plate.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna try this.
All right, there you go. Let me know what you think.
I'll just do one piece at a time. Oh, that is awesome. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Tell us real quick, how did we do the taco?
So the taco, again, we braised it for about 45 minutes in its braising liquid, and then we let that rest for a minute, and then we grilled it. But before we grilled it, we made a chickpea puree with just chickpeas and some of the braising liquid, and did our twice roasted potatoes. Got those nice and crispy to go ahead and add some texture to the taco itself.
All right, and then the hamachi?
Hamachi is clean as it gets, just straight hamachi. Slice it up, add some of the pickling liquid that we use for the onions, and then our house mojo rojo and mojo verde oils.
That has to be one of my favorites,
Really?
Any restaurant I go to, I always order the Hamachi Crudo, and everyone does the jalapeno thing, and you know, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much. Appreciate it.
Get the full recipe on our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you go check out Lamont at Mayaʻs Tapas and Wine. We got to thank Kala'i Aloha Estate for having us here at this beautiful place, and thank you for watching. It's Cooking Hawaiian Style. That's mine. No one's eating this one.
This season of Cooking Hawaiian Style was filmed on location at the Kala'i Aloha Estate. Wardrobe provided by Designs by Kamo Hoali'i. Catering provided by Rainbow Drive-In,